If the eyes are the window to the soul, then your feet are the windows to your movement patterning. And what we mean by that is how well you move is greatly determined by how good your sensory or proprioceptive feedback is, which is the sensation that is coming from your feet. And so that is why at the Functional Movement Club, we use this, I guess we call it the ground up approach, where we first want to look at your feet and make sure they're functioning properly. Because in a very simplistic manner, the way that your brain determines how you are going to move, it gets sensory information from your feet, which goes into your brain. Your brain then deciphers that information and sends messages to the relevant muscles in order to you to move and accomplish your task. And so what happens with that is if your feet are giving it garbage information, or like incomplete or poor represented information, such as like it's got poor proprioceptive feedback, or it doesn't quite know where it is, or it doesn't quite know what it's doing, then you're going to make garbage decisions around your movement patterns, and you're probably going to end up using the same muscles and joints over and over again. A couple of ways that the brain will dictate where you are or what types of movements that you want to do is through ankle proprioceptive feedback. And so this is a nice simple exercise you can do at home. A nice simple exercise you can do at home is a little ankle lean test. So if you lean forwards, you'll feel your toes grip, your kind of hamstrings come on, your bum comes on, and your core comes on. Whereas if you lean backwards, your toes lift up and you feel your quads and your lower back try to tense up to keep you upright. And so this is just a simple example of what your brain is going through in 3D plane all day, every day. And so in a very simplistic manner, this is why it's really important that you have nice, strong feet with really good sensory feedback. And the more muscles you have in your feet, the more sensory feedback you'll get to your brain. The more information you give to your brain, the better it is going to be at choosing which muscles, or choosing the right muscles to move, or having good movement variability when you move around, which means you won't get overuse injuries or overload specific tissues that give you pain and discomfort. So today we're going to go through a couple of my favorite foot exercises to help strengthen up the feet, plus something you can do all day, every day, even if you're sitting at a desk, to help improve your sensory proprioceptive feedback and give your brain better information coming from your feet. So one of the simplest exercises we give to almost all our patients who come in that we want to work on their foot proprioceptive feedback is just rolling their foot underneath, rolling underneath their foot with a golf ball. And so we will get them to do about a minute's worth of rolling, where they're just rolling forwards and back, and then they're sweeping side to side. So when we're rolling forwards and back, we're rolling sort of from the base of the heel and the plantar fascia just underneath to the base of the knuckles of the foot. And we'll just roll through there. We'll see if there are like any positions or like any tight spots. And we just want to increase a little bit of blood flow. We want to increase a little bit of proprioceptive feedback or sensory feedback coming through there. After we've rolled forwards and back for about 30 seconds, we'll plant the ball underneath sort of the knuckles of the toes, and we can pop the foot down, and then we can just roll side to side. Or once we've placed that heel down and the ball's underneath the knuckle of the foot, we'll just roll side to side underneath the foot. And again, just rolling 30 seconds, increasing a little bit of blood flow, but then also increasing that sensory feedback going through the feet. So once we've rolled out the feet, then it's time to give them a little bit of a stretch. So we just like a little toe sit exercise where we go and we'll sit back onto our toes here. If this is a little bit of trouble for you with the knees, you can just chuck a towel or a cushion underneath the towel. But we want to be spending anywhere from like 30 seconds to a minute here just to start to stretch those tissues out and wake them up again. And the more of a stretch or the more surface area you have, the more nerve receptors you have. The more nerve receptors, the better information. The better information, the better the movement pattern. Once we've stretched them out, we want to start to get them moving and strengthening up again. And so a great way to do this is with a little plank body saw exercise where we can just rock forwards and backwards on the toe. So we're almost doing a plank with a little calf raise. And with this one, we want to start off with, anywhere from 2 sets of 10 to 20 reps, where we're just rolling through that ankle range of motion. We're stretching out the toe muscles, and then we're also just working the calf complex as well. Once we've started to get them moving, we can go into something like a quadruped or a beast iso position. So we tuck the toes under, we then just lift the hand up. And if we want to make this a little bit more challenging, we can lift one arm and one leg up. Or if balance is a little bit of an issue, we can just do one leg at a time. So we're starting to load that foot up into single leg extension in an isometric fashion. So we're building a little bit of time under tension in this position. Once we've built up enough tension or time under tension in the foot, we can then turn that beast iso position into more of a beast crawl position. So from here, we lift the one arm, we lift the knees up, and then we can just start walking one arm, opposite leg, one arm, opposite leg. So with this exercise, we're accumulating 2 to 3 sets of 10 reps. You can even go for bonus points and do it while keeping a ball on your back to make sure that your core's nice and engaged, as well as your feet. They're my 3 favorite foot strengthening exercises, plus a little bonus exercise that we give to almost all our clients to improve proprioceptive feedback and warm the feet up before we get into actually strengthening them. If you found this useful, please let us know either in the comments below or liking this post. If you would like more information like this, don't forget to follow us and subscribe. And you can also check out our website, which has a bunch of blog articles and videos just like this to help with all your aches and pains.